Thanks, Alex, for the invitation and an awesome turnout. Which button?
Just that one, yeah.
So I want to tell you just a little bit about my background, and I'm going to be talking about why storytelling matters now. So I have been a storyteller for a long time. I started off my career as a technology journalist with Bloomberg, the National Post, and the Globe and Mail. At the height of the dot-com boom, in hindsight, probably not the best decision in my life, I co-founded a startup with a buddy of mine. We were focused on natural language navigation. It was a terrific idea, but we were probably about 4, 5, 6, 10 years ahead of our time. From there, I went to work for 3 startups, Blanketware, B5 Media, Planet Eye, and Sysomos. And then for the last 7 years, I have been running a consulting business, ME Consulting, which helps startups tell better stories, otherwise known as marketing. And as you can appreciate, I'm a big believer in the power of storytelling. And I think that storytelling is more important than ever. We live in a busy, noisy world. The average person hears or reads more than 100,000 words a day. Email, text messages, advertising, newsletters, social media, and the list goes on. And we're constantly being disrupted. We check our cell phones, our smartphones, 100 to 150 times a day. And we're not paying attention. In fact, we're faking it. And I would hazard a guess that some of you are probably checking the J score right now. Anybody know the score of the Jays game? Anybody checking your J score right now? Anybody want to admit it? Anybody? Anybody want to admit it? Who's on their smartphone checking their Jays? There's a prize. All right, great. So for being honest about you're checking this Jays game, you get a copy of my book.
I just wanted to verify that was actually 3-0.
It is 3-0, yeah. So the thing about stories is stories are the way that we communicate. So 65% of our conversations are stories or gossip, which are stories about other people. And stories are the way that we learn. So when you convey information using a story, it's 8 to 10 times more memorable than if you use facts and figures. So you would figure, given the effectiveness of storytelling, that entrepreneurs would be great storytellers. But the truth is, and this comes from personal experience, entrepreneurs are terrible storytellers. And I'll give you 2 reasons. One, and this should be pretty obvious, is that entrepreneurs are product obsessed, which is why they spend a lot of time, energy, and money on features to enhance the product to solve a problem. And the other one that I think is more alarming is that startups don't know their customers that well. They don't know their interests, they don't know their goals, they don't know their aspirations, they don't know their points of pain, and you can't tell good stories if you don't know your target audiences. So let's fix that. Let's take a different approach to storytelling, and I'll give you 2 sort of themes here to follow. So one, let's stop talking about product, because frankly, your customers don't care about your product, your platform, or their solution. What they care about is the experience that your product delivers. And then what you then do is you create stories to amplify that experience. And so I'll give you a few examples. I am an enthusiastic tennis player, not a very good tennis player. So when I see ads featuring Roger Federer, I'm not interested in the composite of his tennis racket, but I'm interested in the experience of knowing whether using a Wilson tennis racket is going to increase my backhand, make it a better shot. Airbnb, one of the best storytellers in the world, doesn't sell online accommodation service. What they sell is the experience and joys of travel and the sense that you can belong everywhere. And GoPro doesn't sell small, rugged cameras. What they sell is the experience of capturing life's adventures and then sharing it with friends and family. The second sort of theme here is that storytelling is a mindset. It involves embracing a different approach and a different way of thinking. And in some ways, you have to think like a reporter. So you have to look at the world, which is teeming with ideas, and then these ideas are everywhere. They're at coffee meetings, they're videos, they're casual conversations, they're at conferences, they're networking. And your job is to capture these ideas and then create stories that resonate with target audiences. So I want to leave you with a storytelling challenge. So what I want you to do over the next week is I want you to take a notepad, which is a paper-based one, not a smartphone app, and I want you to capture dozens of story ideas over the next week. And what you'll find is you'll have dozens of ideas, and then you want you to run them through a filter. And the filter is 3 variables, and they are, will these story ideas do three things. Will they engage, educate, or entertain your target audiences? And what you'll probably find is out of 10 ideas, 1 or 2 will actually work into a really great idea. And that's okay, because that's how the storytelling process works. And like anything, the more you practice, the better you get. Finally, so if you want more information about storytelling for startups, you can go to the website, storytellingforstartups.com. And if you want to talk to me about storytelling, I'll be sticking around after this, and this is where you can get hold of me. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much. Any questions?
Okay, the challenge is to basically take a notepad. Oh, you want a reward? Okay, well, I don't know how the contest is going to work, but if you, let's say, if you can demonstrate you've done the exercise, I give you an hour of free consulting. How's that? All right. I don't know. Is that much of a prize? I don't know. So you tell me. Anyone else? Hey, in the back. Right, so the question, what's the impact on marketing of all this mobile technology and our attention spans, because we're flicking back and forth? Great question, because I think there was a study that came out today from Microsoft saying that our attention span had actually shrunk from 12 seconds to 8 seconds, and they said that now we have the attention span of a goldfish. And I think that's true, because I think that's why story matters. And stories are going to take different shapes and sizes, including on little small devices. And one of the biggest trends that I'm seeing is visual storytelling. Like we had a Meerkat person in the front here, and it's photographs and it's infographics, and those are the things that are going to work on tablets and smartphones and things like that. Anyone else? One final question, yeah. Who's doing really well with visual story? You know that one of the best ones is General Electric. It's weird, eh? So they have 175,000 followers on Instagram, and they do photographs, beautiful photographs of like thermal energy plants. You would never think it, but General Electric all over visual storytelling. I think. Oh, can visual storytelling just be visual? As a writer, it makes me sad that no, you don't have to use any words. It can just be pictures. Yeah. I mean, beautiful pictures are very powerful. Awesome. All right, thank you.
One last thing, Mark. Aren't you offering a discount on your book? Are you offering a discount on your book?
All right, yeah. If you want to buy the book, if you go to storytellingforstartups.ca, and I'll share the discount code later. You can get the book for $15, which is a huge discount off to the regular retail price.
Cool. Thanks.